When flooding strikes, it can have a devastating impact on people's lives. And in Essex, we are never very far away from the threat of a flood. The risk of flooding can be reduced if ordinary watercourses such as ditches or culverts are able to do their job as part of our flood protection. But where are all of those watercourses? And are they fit for taking away that excess water from severe heavy rainfall?
Historically speaking, where these watercourses have been managed, where the watercourses that aren't main rivers have been managed at all, they've been managed quite informally. Generally speaking, with the majority of them, we don't know where the actual water goes. A lot of the time they've been forgotten, a lot of the time they may have been filled in, and people just don't realise that they've got a watercourse on their land. One of the reasons why we're doing this project is because they aren't mapped and we want to find out where they go.
This is where you can help us identify those lost or unmarked watercourses. If you volunteer to help, you'll get a pack with all you need to carry out a survey in your local parish area. Your pack will contain an Ordnance Survey map of your area, information on how to carry out the survey with reference cards and a photographic guide. There is also a clipboard and all the equipment you need, from pens and rulers and a USB stick to save the information that you've gathered.
So Essex County Council are the lead local flood authority for the Essex County. We have a responsibility for looking after surface water, ordinary watercourses and groundwater. And in order to manage and regulate flood risk from sources such as ordinary watercourses, first of all we need to know where they are. So if we were to undertake the exercise of mapping all the watercourses and culverts and pipes across the whole county, it would take us an awful lot of resources and an awful long time. So we have created this project, Where Does Water Go?, in partnership with Essex Fire and Rescue Service.
Well, Essex Fire and Rescue Service teamed up with the Flood and Water Management team of Essex County Council back in January this year, 2014. The purpose of that was to share information. The Essex County Council flood team had a lot of data and information that the fire service never had access to previously, and likewise the fire service had a lot of call instant information where we attended floods that the council weren't aware of. The purpose of this video today is to hopefully show parish councillors, village members, local people and the volunteers who are associated to the fire service how to carry out these surveys of these watercourses. Once we have that information, then we can take positive action to keep them clear, and again, using the volunteers from the fire service and volunteers from the local community, we hope to clear any blockages that may occur.
From your reports, we will identify landowners and remind them of their responsibilities. We will also be able to understand better the drainage networks and how these can help. And we can help target the watercourses that need intervention by Essex Fire and Rescue to get cleared, so as they will work in the event of flood threats.
One of the aims of this project is to identify stretches of watercourses such as these, which possibly require a little bit of extra maintenance. What we generally do in a situation like this, if it's causing flood risk, is write to the landowners to make them aware of their responsibility. And if necessary, we can take enforcement action to rectify the situation.
When you're doing the survey work, you need to be conscious of the health and safety risks. Wear the right footwear, for example. And if you're working near roads, it is essential that you put on a high visibility jacket. So what are you looking for in your survey? We want to know if you found an open watercourse or a structure. The photographic guide will help you identify which is which. Open watercourses could look like a ditch or even just a grassy depression, for example, while the structures are more likely to be culverts, which you can identify by the head wall. Take a picture and use the metre-long ruler to give an indication of the scale of the photograph.
Now here we have a good example of a culvert under a driveway that's been well maintained. As you can see, the water is flowing, there's no debris or detritus in front of the pipeway, and this means that this isn't going to cause a flood. However, I will draw your attention to the fact that the structure around the culvert is a bit loose in this instance, and if not maintained properly could fall into the ditch and then cause us a problem later on with flooding.
So when we are asking parishes to come out and map these watercourses, as well as gathering the data on the assets, we're also going to be asking them to engage with their communities, and it's a brilliant opportunity for the parishes, with information provided by us, to go out and explain what riparian responsibilities are.
Your contribution will give us a baseline to work from to reduce the risk of flood. By helping us with this survey, we can cover the ground more quickly and identify the areas that need immediate work. It is a vital job to be done to help protect your community, your home and your neighbours.
The ultimate aim for the fire service now is to utilise operational crews to go out and clear ditches and clear blockages as they're identified prior to any heavy rainfall, and by doing this it saves the fire service having to respond on blue lights and tying up resources pumping out water for hours on end when those resources may well be needed for more important life-saving work.